So today, I'm going to give you some tips and tools to go from being a communication disaster to a communication master. And here's the Marriage Bootcamp foundational tool. It's called M.V.P. So the first thing in communication is to view the person that you are communicating with as your MVP in this moment. The reason that communication is so important in marriage is because it is the pathway to connection. And connection leads to intimacy, and intimacy leads to just a life of richness. So the acronym MVP stands for mirror, validate, and the P is hope. MVP is mirror, validate, and hope. And the tee-up phrase for mirror is what I heard you say. What I heard you say is, and the key here is that you put your own opinions on hold and you mirror back what was just said to your mate's satisfaction. So it's not enough to say, oh, I said it right. No, your mate has to go, yeah, you got that. And know this, you're not agreeing with the position that they're taking. You are simply stating what you heard. And you can know that you got it right by asking the follow-up question, did I get that right? The example I use here on the slide is A says, sometimes I get sad when I think about my childhood. B mirrors by saying, what I heard you say is that sometimes you get sad when you think about your childhood. Did I get that right? And A says, yes, thank you for listening. And then B goes even further because B is a master and says, is there more? Inviting our mate into a conversation and allowing them to say what they want to say, there's nothing that brings us closer. So let's move on to validate. Validation is a way of saying, I value your thoughts and feelings. In the slide, you'll see some examples of validating statements. I can see why you would see it that way. That makes sense. That's a very interesting perspective, or simply fair enough. Now, let me just share the invalidating statements because we're all guilty here. Someone says, oh my God, I'm so scared of this. Oh, you shouldn't feel that way. You're just wrong. Well, look on the bright side. Or you should, and then you give unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice is very invalidating unless it's specifically asked for. The P in MVP, which is hope and change. So hope is in our connection being restored. And even when you're mad as hell, you can still communicate your hope for your relationship. So this little script says this. When I think about our sweet connection, it makes me sad that we're not there now. And my hope is that we will get out of our cycle, get back to being us. And here's what I'm willing to do. So the here's what I'm willing to do is the repair. If you're willing to do something different, you're going to get something different.